Beyond technical. Competitive gaming.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Beyond Technical. So today, I think I had a brilliant idea. You guys can let me know if I'm actually on track with this or not. But I was thinking about all these new characters and all these new changes to Ultra, and I thought, you know what people really don't cover very well is simplistic character tutorials. I've watched a bunch where everyone's like, hey guys, check out this 48 hit combo. And then, you know, like most people are still struggling to input Shoryukens properly, so that's not really very practical for most players. It's way too fast, it's way too fast paced. And after playing some matches with a few of my friends who are a little bit lower rated, I thought something like this might actually come in really handy. Even if you don't want to learn the character we're going to talk about today, it'll give you a chance to learn how to fight against her even. So if you haven't guessed yet, we're going to start in the top left of character selection, and we're going to be jumping over and showing off some Decapre today. So one of my last tutorials that was pretty popular was the how to play as a beginner in Street Fighter, and I used Ryu as an example. Now, Decapre we're just going to cover in a very simple, basic way again, so that you can learn just the simplistics of how the character works and just a few little tips and tricks so you can start winning some matches online. Now I've gone and tried this, and I think I've played about 8 or 9 games now trying to just get some footage of Decapre winning online, and I haven't lost yet using this simple tactic. Now I know I'm probably a little bit faster or a little bit better at blocking or something than you guys, but or than many of you guys. Some of you are probably better than me, but either way, I think it's a pretty effective technique. So let's kind of show that off today. So before we get into exactly how we're going to play, let's just show off Decapre as a character so you understand her. Her Ultra 1 is kind of like Dulcim's. It shoots this ball out and you can kind of walk with it, and it doesn't really suck you in, but it can do a lot of damage and hit you multiple times if it does land. Her Ultra 2 is an anti-ground move where she kind of teleports towards you and then messes you up and does all these really awkward teleports. And those are both just charge back and forth inputs. Now the other version of her Ultra 2 is this one, which is, oh whoops, I think I did the ground one again. The other version of her Ultra 2 is like an anti-air version of her. There, that should do it. Exactly the same thing as the dash forward, except she jumps into the air and grabs you if it lands. Now that's a really awkward input for anybody who's wondering. It's down back, down forward, down back, down forward, and then up back, and then you hit the button. Or sorry, up forward, not up back. I'm doing it from the other side still. So for the sake of this tutorial, we're going to completely ignore the existence of her Ultra 2. I decided to show it to you guys so that we can know not to use it and just push it to the side, alright? For now, you're learning Decapre. This is the only one you're going to need, is this magical ball, and you're not even going to use it to try to like wake up Ultra or something like that, because it doesn't actually work, which I think is a good tool to learn with. So if you need to wake up Ultra, you're going to lose anyways. Don't even try, it doesn't work. What it does do is if you're really far away, you pop the Ultra and you can use it to give yourself space. So you can walk with it, and they really can't challenge you, and they have to give you space on the screen. So after they do something that gives you a couple of seconds, you can use that Ultra to push them away. Okay? So that's the Ultra you're going to be using. Before we get into her normals and stuff, let's also cover her super. It's the same charge input with punches, except you only have to use one punch, and it does that. Now at the very end of that, you might have noticed, let's do it one more time just to show it off, how she holds this pose where she kind of stabs into the air. Yeah, you see how long that takes? Now if you don't actually hit anybody with it, it's brutal. So you're going to really, really want to be careful with her super. It's good for punishing fireballs, and that's about the only thing you're gonna maybe think about using it for, but for the sake of this tutorial, don't worry about it too much, okay? If you're good at inputting supers and you see an easy fireball, go ahead and use it, but probably let's just play the fireball game the right way, okay? So, very quickly, let's cover how to anti-air. Someone jumps in at you, crouching heavy punch is her button, okay? It does this nice arm stab, or just like Balrog's headbutts, you hold down back, flick up back, and hit punches, and she does this uppercut, okay? There's a bunch of different versions, but the light punch one seems to trade the best in my opinion so far. Again, I've only had limited testing time with Decapre, but I would use her light to try to basically anti-air. So when they jump in, you're going to be able to launch them up in the air, and it hits for 120, so it's actually pretty nice. Alright, so now let's talk about what to do when they mess up. Now, I'm going to show you, again, one thing we're going to show you, and then we're probably not going to use it, but just in case somebody's a little bit more advanced, I wanted to make sure we carried this through, because it's a really cool, really easy, no meter combo. So for some reason you can't get a charge, which you should be able to get if you're going to do 4 hits. But if you can't get a charge, you can do medium punch, heavy kick, you can jump and then throw them, and it's actually a pretty high damaging combo. Oops, I missed the throw. The nice thing is, if you do miss the throw, it's okay. You're still in an advantage because they're on the ground. So basically, if you just do the heavy kick, it doesn't launch them. But if you do the medium punch heavy kick, it gives you that opportunity to launch them and then jump right after. So it's pretty easy to do. It only took me a couple seconds to figure it out. So if you're really struggling and you want a punish combo, that one's not too bad. But the best punish combos are usually coming from jabs because they happen so quickly, right? So these punches come out a lot slower, so you can only punish certain things with that, but you can punish almost everything with a jab. So when someone does something stupid and it rams them into you and they're right next to you, the usual question is, what do I do? So this is probably the most important bread and butter Decapre combo you're going to learn through this tutorial today. Light punch, medium punch, canceled into that heavy uppercut punch. Okay, try that one more time to see if we can show you. Oh, whoops. Oh, I don't have a charge. Oh no, I do have a charge, I'm just not doing the medium punch. There we go, look at that. I'm not completely bad at this game, just a little bad. Yeah, so okay, so delay a little on the medium punch. I guess I've gotten a little too used to Balrog's timing, because I'm doing it a little too fast. So if it doesn't come out, it means you're doing it too fast. Back to the old combo tutorial video. Alright, so that's going to be your punish. If they come into you, you're going to use these jabs into the uppercut. Alright, I only maybe have 70% accuracy with the combo. I'm sure a few more minutes of practice and I can get it down. Okay, so there, those are your punishes, okay? Let's cover that again. You got your... Wow, I'm just really bad at this today. You got your medium punch, heavy kick into the throw, which actually does lots and lots of damage. Or this jab, medium punch combo, you don't actually need to do the jabs. You can also just medium punch cancel, which is a lot easier to do. So if you can't, or if you have a medium punch option and you have a charge, you can just use that as a punish as well. Okay, it's pretty much all one combo. Now let me just give some honorable mention to stuff we're not going to use on Decapre because it's kind of difficult to conquer properly, and for a new character tutorial, I don't think it should be used. She has this teleport that she can basically use as a mix-up to kind of go like on either side of the character. And you can use this medium punch is like a cancel on it. The kicks is like an air attack, and the heavy punch does like a ground slam. You can use it as like a really nice mix-up to go from one side to the other. And it's good. It's definitely a great move, and you're going to want to use it if you're going to master Decapre, but for the character tutorial, I really don't think it's necessary, and as I said, I've been winning, so let's go with that. So ignore that move entirely. The only one you might use is just down back, forward light kick. It's a slide, and it goes underneath fireballs really well because it puts her character really low. So if someone's using a lot of fireballs, that is an easy way to punish them, but be careful because it does slide directly into them and is highly, highly punishable. So you're only going to use that if you're sure you can punish a fireball. Okay? So let's recap everything because that was a lot to cover. So pretty much a lot of the stuff that we covered, we're not going to worry about at the end of this little recap because it's just a little more advanced stuff. I wanted to include in case you wanted some more advanced stuff, but we're going to keep it really, really simple. If they jump at you, crouching heavy punch or flick up light punch, okay? If they jump directly on top of you, you're going to want to just block. Now if they jump far away, she does have an air throw, you can use that too if you're good enough at it. But for now, just heavy punch, uppercut punch like that, okay? If they're throwing a lot of fireballs and you're a little bit closer to them, you flick forward and hit light kick 2 times. And then if you're actually on them and you get a punish opportunity, you can either use medium punch into the uppercut, or if you can't use the medium punch because they did something that recovers quickly, light punch, medium punch into the uppercut, okay? Other than that, if you're feeling pressured and you want some space, you're gonna pop her ultra, but do it from a distance where you're safe, okay? And then you can follow it in, and it goes, as you can see, really, really far. So it gives you lots and lots of space to work with. So if you're pushed into the corner and they do something that gives you a little bit of breathing room for a fraction of a second, use that ultra and use it to push yourself out. Other than that, we're gonna go with the basics. Just her normal moves are gonna be just covered real quick, and then we'll go and check out a match online. So her medium kicks are awesome. They reach really, really far. The crouching one's really good too. And they come out really fast and recover really quickly. So they're definitely some of her best moves, okay? Her jabs are not bad. They're pretty quick, but you're not going to want to use them too much because you only want to use them when you're really, really close to the other characters, so you can actually get a full combo off. So that's when you're going to use your jabs, is when she's really close. When you're further away, these crouching medium kicks, standing medium kick are really, really good. And again, her crouching heavy punch and flick up for anti-airs, okay? Now, just in case you're going to try to do her cross-up, most characters is medium kick, right? But Decapre kicks really high in the air, so hers is actually a light kick. So if you want to do a cross-up on her, you have to use light kick. The issue is the light kick actually lets them recover really, really quickly. So if, I'll try and do this a few times here, you can see I'm not able to actually link into the jabs. So the way you do Decapre's cross-up is you're going to jump over them and you're going to light kick really, really late. If you don't do it right, they can block, okay? And there I am messing up this combo over and over during the tutorial that I could do perfectly fine a few minutes ago. So there you can see it. Every time you kick high, he's able to block, okay? So don't kick too high. If you're doing cross-up, you gotta wait until you're a little lower, and then you can pull it off. Okay, so that's Decapre in a nutshell. We're gonna use these anti-airs. We're gonna use this little slide move, and we're gonna use these really fantastic normals and really simple punish combos, and we're gonna win a match on her. So let's take a quick look at that. I'll just keep talking as we transition on through because that's the easiest way for me to do this. And yeah, I'll show you guys, I guess, my most recent match online, and I was playing rated, so you know, people are not goofing around, they want to take my points. And let's take a look at that. Alright, who did I go up against? It was a Ryu. So this is Decapre versus Ryu. And I'll just give you a little bit of a rundown of what I'm doing and the simple moves I'm trying to use. And now I'm trying to dumb myself down as much as possible and only use simple attacks during this, just to show you guys that it does work, okay? To keep everything really simple. So there's a jump in where I don't follow my combo properly. Trying to use simple stuff tends to cause me to make even more mistakes than usual. And I kind of let the Ryu get away with it. So there's that cross-up we talked about into that 4-hit combo, the jab jab, medium punch into the uppercut. And we're jumping around a lot, which is kind of bad. And there we go. See, I use that and I just walk with it and use it for space. And look at that. Now I've got Ryu pretty much pushing in the corner, but he does a nice tatsu and gets away. We're kind of moving around way too much to be really good at the game right now, but it's beginner tutorial, so this is probably what your matches are going to look like. There we go, right back into that hit confirmed easy combo, and I'm trying to do a lot of cross-ups to hit him with those. There you go, again, that easy combo done over and over and over, and look at how much health I still have at the end of the round. I just used my opportunities to kind of break him open with Decapre and use her simple combos and won the match. So, let's see how we do in round 2. A simple sweep after a heavy jump in because I didn't feel like I was close enough to land my easy combo. We didn't cover any of the more complicated ones, so if you have the distance, you can always just sweep after you land a jump in. Although it's a bad habit to get into because it's not the highest damage possible. But for a newbie tutorial, definitely go with that, it's not bad. There's that slide forward I talked about, and I got a little too far away and I couldn't land my combo. Now there's that super, and I wanted to show you basically how bad it is if you miss. So there it is, I get crushed because see how much time I had? Now if this Ryu was a better player, he would have really made me pay for that. Now here, I'm in the corner again. I use that. Now I didn't think his Shoryuken could reach quite that far, but I think I used it at a pretty decent time, just not against Ryu maybe. There's that same 4-hit combo. And just a nice little light kick to see what he does when he wakes up into an ultra, so I'm really glad I didn't go in on that. So there you have it. There's some Decapre online. Really, really simple. Nothing too complicated. That's just the basics of the characters. She has a bunch of hands combos that really make a lot of people really wary to play, or weary. Yeah, wary is the right word. Really wary to play her because you have to do the piano hands, right, where you roll your fingers, and that's really hard for a lot of new players. So instead of breaking into doing these, they're called hands combos because of E Honda's hands attack where he does the 1,000 hands, by the way. So instead of breaking into these complicated combos, I think it's better to just start simple on her. She's a really fun, interesting character. I don't see her played very often online, and it's made it really difficult for me to play against her. So sitting down to try and learn the basics so I can teach you guys a few things and then show off just a simple way to play Decapre has actually really helped me learn the character better as well. She has a lot of crazy mix-ups, there's a ton of stuff, and it can go super, super complicated to play this character. But for now, there's a nice simple way to kind of jump into her and learn the basics. So that's Decapre. I hope this was helpful. If you guys want to see more basic character tutorials, let me know, because I actually kind of had fun trying to sit down with a character I'm not that comfortable with and just learn the basics to try and show it off, and then try it out in some online matches. So it was really satisfying to win all my games and be able to actually just continuously pump this out over and over and over. The last like 10 matches I had were all wins, and they were all with Decapre, and they were all doing this very, very simple technique. I trimmed it down as much as I could. I was using a few more abilities for the first few fights, and I realized it was a little complicated, so there's a simple Decapre tutorial. Be sure, if you enjoyed this video or any of the other ones, to check out some of the other Beyond Technical content. Follow the Spinny stuff and subscribe and all that great stuff, because it's really helpful for me if you guys can easily find the videos, and I'm going to keep making stuff for you. So thank you very much for everybody's support, and keep watching Beyond Technical and me doing whatever it is that I'm doing. So I will catch you guys next time, and feel free to vote on the next character, although I was thinking about maybe just going across the list at the top, because I now have the top 2 done with Decapre and Ryu, so we'll see. I might take votes if they're strong enough, so drop a comment. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.